So if you want to make money like this every single month, then you got to pay attention to this entire video. And I'm going to walk you through 9 different ways to give yourself a raise and increase your income in 2026. Because I guarantee you, if you can even implement just 1 or 2 of these, you're going to have a multiplier effect in your business. My name is Shaqir, founder of funnels.com. I've generated close to $40 million online through various businesses. These awards behind me represent some of that. And let's get straight into it, because the number one key concept that I want you to get is, and I want you to adopt, is the power of leveraging AI. What do I mean by this? In today's day and age, 2026, if you're not using AI to get more leads, to convert more customers, to amplify your authority, to amplify your expertise, you're going to miss out and you're going to get left behind. So the number one key thing here in today's day and age is every single day, 30 minutes to 90 minutes. Heck, if you have more time, 2, 4, 5, 6 hours, doesn't matter, but minimum 30 minutes to 90 minutes a day, each and every single day. Leverage the power of AI. Learn the different tools that are out there, whether it's using AI for videos, AI for apps, AI automation agencies, how to create basic, simple GPTs. Go beyond just I'm going to put something into Chat GPT. Start learning about all the different platforms, whether it's Claude, Manus, Grok, and start giving yourself this time so that each and every single day, as you're going through, at the end of each day, you can look back and say, oh my gosh, like I learned one new thing today. Well, what's going to happen in 100 days, in 3 months from now? You're going to have learned 100 things about AI. And it reminds me of when I was starting online marketing about 15 years ago. One of my mentors had said to me, if you stick with something for 30 days, you're going to see results and you're going to see some level of success, because most people don't even stick to something for 7 to 10 days. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, like I'm that guy. Like I couldn't stick with, back then we used to do something called SEO, article marketing, pay-per-click. Like it was, when I was getting started over a decade ago, things were very different. Today, you have everything on your fingertips. It's way easier. It's way more fun. So when I was getting started, you'd have to do so many different things just to get one result. You know, like there was no such thing as like Facebook ads. That came in afterwards. There was no such thing as like, oh, you just make a video and post it. Instagram wasn't even around. So the reason why I'm sharing this stuff with you is because today I can create 20 ads, I can create 20 pieces of graphics, I can write 20 pieces of copy, I can have an entire campaign, marketing campaign from A to Z in as little as 2 to 4 hours from right now. Okay, 2 to 4 hours from now, I can have an entire marketing campaign, the entire copy, the assets that's required. But back then, it would take us, a month. And so the lesson I got back from 15 years ago that I always keep to my mind, which is it's so easy to win because most people aren't even trying. Most people won't even sit through a video like this that's longer than 5 or 10 minutes. If you're one of those people, a very small chance you're going to become successful. I'm telling you this now because if you can't focus and pay attention to one single video for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours at a time, how on earth are you ever going to get to 10 grand a month? How on earth do you even dare to dream that you're going to make 100 grand a month? I don't know a single person that's like that. I would say I'm on the extreme end of like, I don't like using these labels, but like sometimes I struggle to like find focus, whatever, ADD, ADHD, all that. I don't care, all these labels. But if I have to get the work done, I'll sit for 5 hours and I'll do one thing. No distractions. Most people can't even focus for longer than 10 minutes. So if you're one of those people, start learning how to focus. One of the things I use is a little timer like this. And this timer, what I do is I'd put a time on for like 20 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, and I just stick it right in front of me. And then all I'll do is just that. All I'll do is just that. And I'll just do one activity and I'll record myself. So 2026 is the year where if you're not using AI, you are going to get left behind. If you are using AI, you're going to go real ahead. Okay. If you subscribe to this channel, I'm going to share with you all the stuff that I'm learning, the mistakes I'm making. This year, I'm planning to spend multiple 6 figures on mentors, on consultants. So everything that I learn, I'm just going to share it on here for free. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. So number one thing, ask yourself is, how can I leverage AI to get the job done faster? How can I leverage AI to delegate my workload? And if you can just ask yourself this question each and every single day, you're going to get ahead. Number two, how do I get more qualified leads? Okay. How do I get more qualified leads? What does that mean? It means that when the leads are coming in, the biggest problem people have is the leads are unqualified. They're usually broke leads, the leads that don't buy, the leads that waste time, the leads that ghost. How do you get away and avoid unqualified leads? Your marketing has to do the heavy lifting. The more marketing power that you have, the less sales that you need to be salesy to get the sale. So how do you create better marketing? Start creating content, publishing content like this, face to camera videos. Try to do at least once a week and then a couple of times a week. And then you want to get to a stage where you're doing it once a day, every single day without fail. Why? Because today, the new creator who doesn't have 1,000 followers, they still have the same power as the someone like myself who's been doing it for 15 years. Let me explain what I mean by that. The algorithms on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube have changed. What that means is if you make one good video, you can get 100 views, 1,000 views, 10,000 views, heck, even 1,000,000 views. Okay, just keep that in mind because the algorithm is pushing out small creators. Never before has this happened except for TikTok. Now, if you don't know what happened with TikTok, about 5 years ago, what happened was during COVID-19 era, TikTok started blowing up people, started blowing up creators. Now, what would happen is they developed an algorithm that even if someone didn't have followers, TikTok would just push them out. And then overnight, these people would get crazy amounts of followers. And that's how TikTok became the #1 social media app in the world. Now, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, even LinkedIn, they saw all of this. And what do you think they do? Okay. This is one of the skills of all successful companies. They just copy each other. So they just copied what TikTok is doing. And now they're pushing this out. So the good news for you and me is on Instagram and on TikTok and on LinkedIn and on Facebook and YouTube, all these platforms, you now have a shot at building an audience almost for free. Okay, so you have to put in the effort, but you have the same power to finally get in like these other creators that you follow. So when you do this, when you do marketing done right, okay, when you start to create content, you start to write reports, publish reports, give away high value PDFs or high value lead magnets. Okay, you're going to see 2026. I'm implementing lead magnets and I'm implementing front end campaigns, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But how do we get higher quality leads? We educate them. Remember this. Education-based marketing is the #1 secret of attracting qualified buyers. When I look at the people that will come and buy my marketing services, those are $20,000 all the way up to $150,000, $200,000. That's how much people pay me for my marketing services. When they pay me that, it's because they've either sat through a 2-3 hour webinar, they've known me, or they've heard of my brand funnels.com for the last few years, the last decade. They got referred. They will go through my paid ads system where I spend money on Facebook ads and different social media platforms. And once they've come in, I've given them enough information for them to realize, okay, this is the guy I want to work with. He's been around for a very long time. He has the results and the credibility. I trust him. Okay, therefore I'm going to give him money. Now, if you don't have this, then you have to engineer all of these things, okay? You have to go and get testimonials. You have to go increase your social proof. You have to increase your credibility, your authority in the marketplace. I'll do another video on how to increase and amplify your authority, because I believe that's one of the biggest things 2026 and beyond you need to do, especially if you want more qualified leads, okay? The difference between a business that works and makes money and scales and the one that's always struggling is one person has figured out how to attract and convert high quality leads, and the other one is struggling to get leads. When I discovered this over 15 years ago, my entire life changed. Okay. Why? Because I used to go out, hand out DVDs. The young people watching this, they don't even know what DVDs are. I used to hand out DVDs. I used to go and do networking events. I used to go and hand out business cards. And I used to chase prospects, not attract them. And once I understood I could place tiny little ads all over the internet and have my ideal customers from all over the world for them to come and pay me, whether it's in Singapore, in UK, in America, in Australia. Like I have people almost every single day come to my funnel, give me their details. Well, they want to work with me, they want to book calls with me, they and my team, and they're from all over. They're from Australia, they're from Singapore, they're from Hong Kong, they're from all over America, and I could be anywhere in the world. And I've been doing this for over 15 years, so obviously I've mastered the art and science of getting leads and then converting them. I've put together, by the way, a free case study down below this video in the first description. You can check it out, funnels.com/class. If you want to learn my 4-step system to attracting strangers and turning them into sales, you can check that out down below. Let me get back to the video. Number 3 is more front-end campaigns. So right now we've just moved into the last 12 to 18 months into a trust recession. So what does that mean? It means that most people are not trusting the person that they are being sold by. So what does that mean? It means, you see, before people will want to buy stuff because they want to gain, they want to make more money, they want to grow their business, they want to scale their brand, they want to start a business. Today, most people are buying out of fear. Fear of losing their job, fear of losing and getting left behind, fear of being dealt by the wrong person, or fear of being scammed. Okay, let's just call it what it is. Most people are super skeptical and jaded because they've bought so much stuff online and now they don't trust anyone. So, how do you win in an environment like this? You create front-end marketing campaigns. You give people small wins. You give people the ability to get a taste of you. So making content like this, offering, $97 products or $27 products, low ticket, what I call front-end client campaigns. Okay, just remember this because you're going to see in 2026 the rise of front-end client campaigns come in. Okay, now in my 20s, there was a period, probably when I was around 25-ish, 25. So this is nearly 8 to 10 years ago. There was a period where this happened. Okay, and I remember it like it was yesterday. And in that time, I pivoted from just selling, $10,000, $50,000 programs to low ticket $49 programs. And I made over $5 million profit. That was not sales, that was just profit from one single campaign. And the front end was a $49 online business toolkit that I was selling. Okay. And what do I mean by this? I was getting front end clients coming in for $49 to like $297, and then they were being upsold, but they had a great experience on the front end. We are now going back to that. And this is why you see people launching small low ticket offers. In fact, I just launched one, and you can see and you can model exactly what I'm doing. So you can just copy me on down below in the description. There's going to be a link, and you'll see if the people, the gurus that you follow, the people that are super successful. Okay, I'm talking about the multi-7, the 8-figure, the 9-figure entrepreneurs. They're going to be selling low ticket offers. Okay, the name I came up with in my 20s called SLO offers, and this is the science behind it. Okay, SLO stands for self-liquidating offer. A self-liquidating offer is where you're selling something for, say, $97, you're selling it not to make money, but to get the customer coming in. Why? Because then you're going to have high ticket marketing, you're going to have back end offers where you're going to make all the profit. But you have to give something away that's high value, easy to consume. It's almost like an impulse buy. So usually, typically, anything that's like $27, $37, $97, even $197 are impulse buy products. So if you don't have a impulse buying product in 2026, you need to craft one. You need to have an impulse buying product. So if you have a $10,000 offer, take one or two segments from there and put it in. So for example, my offer is a $25,000 accelerator that I sell. Okay, I've been selling it for the last 5-6 years. So that's one of my core offers, right? And so from my core offer, which is a $21,000 to $21,000 if you pay in full, otherwise it's $25,000 if you pay over a few months. So from that, one of the key things that people struggle with, especially if they want to sell high ticket, is they struggle with getting bookings on demand. They struggle with attracting booked calls on their calendar. So I know this is one of the most valuable modules inside of this course. So what did I do? I took this and then I created a toolkit called Bookings on Demand Toolkit. Okay, very simple. Bookings on demand. Anyone that wants to sell a high ticket product or service, guess what they all want? They want to have bookings on demand. They want to have booked calls. They want to have leads chasing them. So I created the Bookings on Demand Toolkit. You can actually check it out on funnels.com/BOD. And what it is an entire module that anyone can go through in like less than an hour. And it has all the tools and the templates and the copy and paste promos and the email swipes, basically all the stuff that someone can use to quickly go and get maybe 3 to 5 paying clients. Okay. Now what happens is when they experience that, now they can come in and say, oh my gosh, like I just got all this value. I just got all this value from this person and I got some results. I got some sales. What would happen if I pay him or her? And then they'll upgrade. Does that make sense? You see how powerful that is? So if you don't have marketing front-end campaigns in your business, okay, if you don't have SLO offers, self-liquidating offers, 2026, you need to start that. Number 3, okay, so we covered AI, covered getting more qualified leads, we covered front-end campaigns. Okay, number 4. So I have a little list here, which I'm reading off. Number 4 is hiring setters and salespeople. As you get more leads, as you get more customers, as you get more booked calls, what you want to do is you want to have setters that qualify those leads and then salespeople. Okay, so for in my business, I have setters that will qualify leads. Then I have closers and I call them L1 and L2. So L1 is like setters, they're going out, they're qualifying the leads. And then we have closers, and the closers are L2, which is basically making sales for 10, 20K plus. And then if someone comes in and they say, hey, they have a budget of say $50,000 or $200,000, okay, and they want to work one-on-one with me, then that lead then gets passed on to me because I know that lead is going to be someone who's high value, who is ready to buy now. So it's worth my time for me to pick up the phone. If you don't make at least 100 grand a month, try doing all the sales yourself because this is where you're going to learn the most from. You're going to learn more about your customers. And why not? If you have your delivery, your product, your fulfillment dialed in, take the sales calls. Okay, take the sales calls. The right person doesn't need to be sold for an hour. They just need to get their questions answered within 20 to 30 minutes. They buy. It's only when you have to spend 1 or 2 hours, it's usually a lead that's not qualified. Okay. Number 5 is more VSLs. 2026, you want to take people through a path where it's on YouTube, it's through your funnels, where you have more VSL. A VSL stands for video sales letters. Okay, a video sales letter is usually a 15 to 20 minute video. It could be as little as 5 to 10 minutes, but it's a video that sells your products and services 24/7. Okay, if you want to see an example of a VSL, I'll link it below. I'll link maybe 1 or 2 of my VSLs. You can go and check it out and you'll see exactly the framework for it. They all follow the same thing. Hey, here's what I've got for you. Here's what it will do for you. Here's what to do next. Here's who I am, how I can help you. So it's like 7 to 10 different steps that the video goes through. And all it's doing, it's showing off your authority, why people should trust you, maybe a few case studies, and then inviting people to the next step. Okay. But the VSL is there to convince, persuade, prospect for you so you don't have to. Okay. Like in my business, if someone comes up to me and they have no idea what funnels are, I'm not going to explain to them for 30 minutes or an hour what is a funnel. Right? I will send them to a video. They will watch the video. They will be pre-qualified, pre-sold, pre-motivated, predisposed to my products and service, my marketing. Does that make sense? Okay. This is what will help you streamline all of your work. And one of the best ways to do this is just go through your sales recordings, go through your customer complaints, your customer requests, go through all of your customer communication and just ask yourself, what is the top 5 or 10 things that people keep asking me? And then take all of that and put it into a VSL. Okay. Number 6, we're going to see a rise of webinars. So webinars are a longer form of a VSL. Say VSL is 5, 10, maximum 20 minutes. It's kind of like in and out. A webinar is usually at least 60 minutes, all the way up to 2 hours, 3 hours. I've had webinars that are like 4 hours, 5 hours long. Why? Because I believe that the more you tell, the more you sell. If you want to attract high quality prospects and you want to sell high value leads, people need to be educated. Okay. And I call this education based marketing. If you can educate your prospects better than your competitors, you will win the sale. That's one of the biggest secrets of making money online, making millions online. You will find the people that educate you the most, they sell you the most. Okay. For example, if Gary Vee offers you a $10,000 workshop, which he sells on the back end, or he used to, where you can go and spend time with him in his New York office, and it's like 10 people, I think it's like $10,000-$15,000 each. You pay him and you spend like a day with him. That's his back end offer. On the front end, he's just publishing lots of YouTube videos, but he's done that for over, nearly 2 decades now, where your natural trust is very high with him. That's why these guys and girls, they can sell out millions of copies of their books, because they've been doing it and they've built millions of subscribers and followers. So if you're just starting out and you don't have that yet, well, guess what you have to do? You have to transition to doing VSLs and webinars so you can take your prospects through a concentrated funnel where you're giving them value, then you're getting them to take the next step, you're getting them to take the next step in a concentrated fashion. Okay, number 7 is emails. Email till today is still the number one highest converting ROI multiplier. What I mean by this is that the more emails I send, the more money I make. Out of all the marketing channels, nothing converts better and faster than emails. Okay, and emails, sending out broadcast messages. I put text messages in there. I put ManyChat automation messages in there. But essentially, it's direct communication channels. Okay, so direct communication channels. And if you don't have ManyChat set up, learn about it, get that set up. Okay, you could do it in like 1 or 2 days. If you want to see one of these campaigns in action, either join my list down below, my newsletter, and you'll see the email campaign. If you follow me on Instagram and just comment the word like playbook, you're going to see it on my Instagram. Okay, so you're going to see all of these things. I'm doing this so that you can see, okay, this is what he's doing, and he's preaching this because it obviously works. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. Okay, next one, gotta hire A players. Okay, 2026, do not settle. If you want to give yourself a raise, do not settle for anyone less than an A player. What's an A player? An A player will get work done that 5 or 10 B and C players will do. Okay, like right now, my team, I have 7 to 10 people. I'd say at least 50-60% of them are A players. Then the rest, they're kind of on trial basis, or we're just testing out. So I'm not going to say if they're A player or B player or C player or whatever. But you need to have people on your team that can do 3 to 5 things. Not the days of just being a specialist, I believe, is long over. Okay, like for example, my new ad guy that I just got on, I got two ad guys. One is a very famous ad guy, and then the other one is kind of behind the scenes. Let's talk about the one behind the scenes. He's come in, he can handle setting up campaigns, setting up funnels, setting up creatives, setting up ads, optimizing the ads, scaling the ads. He's got 5 to 6 different skill sets, and he's also got access to a Rolodex of people that he can tap into. If you don't have this in 2026, things are going to be way harder for you. Why? Because the people that will win are going to be the people that execute with speed. Keep this in mind. If you have this in mind, which is, hey, you know what? The last 3 to 5 years, the last 10 years, how many A players have I had? And you know what an A player is? An A player is someone who can take control of a project from start to end, and then they'll give you data-driven feedback. They will drive projects to completion. They will follow up and be held accountable. And they strive on that. They want to push themselves, right? They'll stay up late nights without you asking them to do that. Not that I'm saying that they need to stay up late nights. I actually tell people to go to sleep because sleep is super, super important. But you get the point, okay? They will go above and beyond. For example, it's the weekend right now, and I have a couple of my team members, like from 7 a.m., they're ready to get to work. They're ready to connect with me on Zoom calls and just get things moving. They don't tell me, oh, it's the weekend. They work through all the holidays. They work through, not because I tell them, but because they want to. Okay, and so this is just a critical thing. And the last one, number 9, I would say, is figuring out ads. Okay, now if you don't know what ads are, paid ads. Till now, paid ads are the absolute fastest way for you to grow and scale your income. You could make $50,000 one month, and the next month you could make 250K. I was just reviewing these numbers and how I scaled to $1 million a month. And guess what happened? I was reviewing some of these numbers and I realized, the months that I made the most amount of money is also the amount like where I spent more money on ads. Okay, so with ads, when I look back and I think to myself, what was the main driver of generating $30 million cash collection before I turned 30 years old? It was sure having the offers, having the funnels, but it was also running ads. Ads allows you to set up a system where you can have thousands, tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people come to you at a vacuum. So for example, I'm publishing this video on YouTube. I may get 500 views. I may get 1,000 views. I may get maybe 100 views. But I can also spend $500 on YouTube ads or $500 on Facebook ads, and I can get 20,000 people to see my ads. Which one do you think is more powerful to getting money right now? It's ads. Okay. Why do you think people like Ray Dalio, who has like $150 billion assets under management, why is he running ads to promote his book? Why does Tony Robbins, who makes over $500 million a year, multi-billionaire now, why is he running ads? Why is Grant Cardone, who's worth over $4 billion, why is he running ads? You have to think to yourself, these guys run ads because they know something that most people don't, okay? And they know that the fastest way to create wealth and cash flow is to turn $1 into 5 into 10. Okay, in my business, when I spend 100 grand on ads, I want to make minimum 500K to $1 million. Now, I'm not going to say that you're going to get those results, but I've been doing this stuff for a very long time. So if I want to make $10 million, I'm going to spend $1 million on ads in the next 6 to 12 months. If I want to make $20 million, then I'm going to spend at least $2 million, maybe even $3 million to go and make $20 million back. And the only way I know how to do that after 15 years of doing business online is either you build a huge audience, like you saw Alex Hormozi build a huge audience. By the way, he's still running ads to sell his $5,000 workshop. So let me tell you, and that guy's well on his way to becoming a billionaire. It doesn't matter where you're at right now. If you're not implementing ads, you can run ads for literally $10 a day, like $10 to $20 a day. $10 a day is like what? I don't even know what that is. 10 times 30, $300 a month. Yeah, $300 a month. You could start off with $1,000 a month. Okay, $30 a day, $1,000 a month. You can run paid ads on Facebook, on Instagram, and you can have thousands of people seeing your ads. This is a hack, not just a hack. This is a strategy the top 1% of people know. Okay, sure, making YouTube videos are great. Instagram Reels are great. Facebook videos are great, whatever. But why do all of the richest people in our space, when it comes to selling info, coaching, courses, consulting offers, digital products, why do they still run ads? Because ads is, out of all of the 9 things, apart from AI, this one secret strategy is responsible for making people millionaires more than anything else. And if you think about it, what is Facebook ads? When you spend money on Facebook ads, the Facebook ads algorithm goes out to find your ideal prospects. That in itself is AI. When you go and create ads and creatives, what is that? That's also AI doing the work for you. So if you're not leveraging the power of ads, if you're on a budget, just start doing lead form ads where people can just fill out a few questions, then they come in, you can get them for like $2 to $5. It's literally the wild, wild west. You obviously, you need to have a SOP or a system. If you want my team and I to work with you on running your ads, helping you set up the campaigns from start to end with your setting up and starting an offer. So you have an online business, you have something to sell, having the right funnels, so you have the right processes, the technical setup. And then third, the ads. Okay, if you can get these 3 things done, then you could be on your way to making 10K to 50K, even 100K per month. Okay, I do not see any world, if you get these 3 things right, you can't make at least $10,000 all the way up to 100 grand per month. Okay, so if you want my help on this, you can book a call with my team and I, and we'll figure out where you're at, how we can help you. But that being said, ads, 80% is the creative today, 20% is the targeting. And the targeting, Facebook does that for you. So it's not the hardest thing in the world to learn. There is a little bit of a learning curve, but if you learn this skill now, then guess what will happen over the next 3 to 6 to 12 months? You're always going to be responsible. You're always going to know how to attract your ideal prospects and then how to convert them into high ticket sales using funnels and all of these things that I mentioned. And if you can do this, then you can give yourself a raise every single day. This is so important to me that I have it stuck on my computer. So I wanted to share this with you so that you get an edge in 2026. You go out, you make your first 100K, you make your first 500K, you make your first $1 million. I don't know if it's going to work for you. All I know is these 9 things will work for me, and it will work for you guaranteed if you actually do the work. So if you like more videos like this, comment below saying, yes, you want more videos like this. I'll carve out time twice a week to make videos like this, and I'll see you in the next video. Please make sure you subscribe, click like, and comment something so that the algorithm pushes this video out. That way I can do more of these videos. That being said, I'll see you in the next one.